But today I just wanted to talk about payment history since that was the question that was asked, and to let you know that your payment history actually makes up 35% of your credit score. 35%, which is a very high number. The next high number, 30%, is your utilization. You know, how much of the credit that you have that you have available are you using? 30% of your credit score is going to be that. So you absolutely want to keep your credit utilization down. Behind credit card utilization, 15% of your credit score is made up according to the length of credit. You know, how long have you been using credit? And you absolutely want to show, if you can, a long credit history, because lenders are going to look at it like, you know, just like anything else. The longer you've been in the game or the longer you've been practicing something, the better you're apt to be at it. So getting back to the original question. And I told him, like I'm going to tell you, you definitely want to do, you want to get 100% as far as your payment history is concerned. And that's basically saying no late payments, no missed payments. This person is paying on time and paying according to the agreement that he has with the credit card company or the lender. So with that being the case, if you should happen to have a late payment, you want to contact that creditor, whether it's a department store or a bank or whoever, and let them know what the situation was, why you missed the payment, you know, why were you late, whether it was unforeseen expense, you know, my daughter got married and we had to pay for the wedding, or, you know, my car blew up on me, I lost my job, whatever it is, you know, pull out the violin, play them a sad song, whatever you have to do, but let them know that it wasn't something that you intended to do. And it's definitely nothing that you've been doing. They can check your record over the last 6 months to a year as far as missing payments. And it's nothing that you're planning on doing in the near future. So if they wouldn't mind, but would be so kind as to make a note to the credit bureaus that, you know, to take this negative mark off of your credit report, then you would greatly appreciate it. And they absolutely have the power to do that. So I would recommend doing a letter to that creditor directly and asking for them to remove it. And when you get your credit report, they'll actually have a list of your creditors and addresses. So you don't have to do a lot of deep research to find that creditor's address. It'll be on your credit report. And I recommend everyone absolutely get a copy of your credit reports so you know what's going on with your credit. Also, if it so happens that that creditor doesn't want to remove it after you've written that wonderful letter that I just recommended, you can also contact the credit bureaus directly to have those negative items removed. Now, as I mentioned in earlier videos, the credit bureau by law has to remove anything that's inaccurate or unverifiable. So you're saying to yourself, well, I did miss the payment, so I'm saying to you that means that it is accurate. But it has to be accurate and verifiable. If it's not accurate and verifiable, then they have to remove it. And I talked to you all earlier about how to make things unverifiable, although they're accurate. And that comes in, or what comes into play is opting out of the secondary bureaus. These secondary bureaus that I mentioned in earlier videos record this information. The primary bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, go to these secondary bureaus and pull information concerning you and everything that you've done in the history of the world. So now if you opt out of these secondary bureaus, these research deposits, if you will, then when the primary bureaus go and ask, well, does so-and-so have any late payments, and all they hear are crickets, then they have 30 days to remove that item, or you can actually go to the bureau, the government, and say, hey, these three have not done what they were supposed to do, and register a complaint. and they absolutely will do it once that's done. So they want to avoid all of that. So the likelihood in removing that is great. I mean, very high percentage of them removing that when they're not able to verify it with this secondary bureau group. So just wanted to come on, give you that quick tidbit. Absolutely, you want to have your payment history at 100%. It makes up 35% of your credit score, which is a very big chunk. So you absolutely want to have that pristine, your payment history, your credit card utilization, and the age of your credit. If you hit those three things, that's 80% of your credit score. 80%. So if you can get those 80%, that 80% of your credit score, like I say, pristine, looking good, you know, where you need it to be. And we'll talk more about how to do that, improve your credit score in future videos. But if you can do that, then you absolutely are doing everything possible to improve your credit score. Just want to encourage you and wish you a happy Tuesday.